Hello, hello, London time. What's going on with my chart? Hold on, let me connect this. Okay, everything is unavailable. Well, who cares? How's it going, everyone? So we're coming to the charts and everything is running. Gold and Q. And then you just have to practice patience. Let it go. And because, I am just also now starting to, I need to do analysis properly and we'll find another trade. It means the market is moving nicely, and it makes me excited. I don't have any FOMO if I see this. I used to have that, in all honesty, and now I'm just like, okay, it's moving already. It's okay. We'll find a new trade, and um, it's all good, right? Um, I think it's going to be an interesting Friday because we've got news. I'm just trying to figure out about that government shutdown. Let me see today if the news is still tentative. I guess it's still shut down, right? How's everyone doing? Anyone already in a trade? I'm gonna have another sip of my coffee and then. Hello, crypto game code UTIC. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. I'm gonna call you crypto game. How's it going? I think you're new. I don't recognize your name. Um, and welcome, welcome. Hey, Methor. Good morning to you. Did you catch the 152.10 macro, the run to the upside? It's a little bit difficult to catch, right? Because there's not really a sweep below that, but it's a continuation run, or actually the start of a run. So let's see. Okay, I have been looking into NQ and gold just to try to get a feel for myself. Now, what can I expect for Friday, right? Because it's Friday, and I think NQ will go higher. We will end the week very bullish, and we might have not even a TGIF, or we do have a very good run and then a TGIF. That's one of my scenarios, but hey, I could be wrong, obviously. So what I've been doing with NQ, um, I've been looking at. We missed the move anyway. We just have to wait maybe another hour for it to get. Yeah, okay, me too. I'm also like I'm so busy right now, and then I didn't even do my journaling properly, so I feel a little bit behind. But something so this will be a future bearish breaker, but for now I think it's just the manipulation move, so accumulation, manipulation, and we're in a distribution setup right now for NQ. I could be wrong, but hear me out. It's just an analysis, and you just have to have something to base your trading on. So if I calculate this and I use my fib and I just use it from 0.5 and then 1, this is too high, right? It's a higher time frame because I'm on the 4 hour. So what I've done now, and I'm sort of also testing this a little bit because we're in price discovery here, that I graded this until we get here. I don't think we're going to get here until somewhere next week. So we have to use this area and see if we can find any logic into this area up to. So I actually do think we might go up to the midpoint today. I think that's doable, looking at how price is moving. And then we reassess again, like see how much is moving. We could get a TGIF, and then it goes back into the weekly range, right? It retraces to 20, 30, 40%. But it's just London already. So I'm just wondering, like, if we already going to hit this in London pre-market, I'm really, really curious what it's going to do. Are we going to slam down and even, go further down than the TGIF zones, or are we just going to extend really, really high? Because we do have CPI. Let me just check again. Even though I'm just not really sure if I understand the value or the importance, the weight of the news if the government is shut down. I'm just not sure how to interpret it, to be honest, because we do have core CPI and flash manufacturing PMI, and I believe they are connected to the government, so I'm not sure if the weight is the same. But anyway, I think, to be honest, they might just use the things anyway to make specific market moves. Do we have anything in London? Oh, in London we have a 430 manufacturing PMI as well. So that's very interesting. Ooh, I'm getting excited. Europe 4 a.m. Well, we'll see. But I like the 430 Eastern, the flash manufacturing PMI as well. So that's NQ quickly. 233 though, very nice time. Let's quickly go to gold because gold has been started running as well. It's great. We're busy. We have busy times ahead, guys. So gold had a nice move to the downside in the 150 to 210 macro. Now, what I noticed here, ICT, using the wicks, I used this wick here. So why am I bearish? We tapped into the 0.5 of this wick and we are on our way down. That's the daily candle, right? I'm talking about the daily candle. That's very significant. And we moved into another daily wick here, exactly 0.5 as well. It's this wick I'm using. Now, for me, that means I am neutral because we're bouncing in between 2 weeks. So I expect us to go up and go back into this range. So now I go to the 4 hour because you see we hit 0.5 rejection block. We rejected from the upside and now we're rejecting from the downside. So it's always sort of lower probability once you go from one side to the other and you reach that level. You know you're going to go into the range, right? You're going into this range. But if you know that and you can frame the range, you can have pretty good trades because I don't know what kind of did I mark this at fair value gap? No, I did not. Why did I? I always, this is the thing with me. I make a gap and I forget to mark it, and then I don't know. Let me quickly check because it's okay. It's this one here. I know which one that was. ICT in his last lesson, he said, when you see a fair value gap that goes through a gradient, if you measure it, it's a high value fair value gap. And yes, you see here exactly. We exactly went to the midpoint in it, in the 150 to 210 macro. So this is I'm still testing this macro to build a model around it. So that's ongoing. Might be a while, but yeah, that's how you build your models, right? Just testing and looking at it. So I expect us to go back into the range, into the daily range for until it breaks one of the two, and then we'll see. We'll reassess further. Then I graded this daily wick if we go further down, because I do expect gold to go a little bit lower today. But why? Hold on. Let's go to the 4 hour again. There's a lot on the charts. I'm sorry about that, but there's a lot going on. So I would like gold. I would like it to see go into this fair value gap and then make its move down. So I'm sort of like, because we're now between those 0.5 of both daily wicks, which are have a significant value, I guess. So we just have to wait which of the two. I would think we have got nice liquidity here. I would like it to go up into this range, and then we have an exceptionally wonderful short to the downside. But just eyeing it right now. So that is gold. But just have to see how price is going to develop. So that is the analysis on the higher time frame analysis on gold. And yeah, if anyone has their own or something different that I might have missed, let me know, because I just hopped on and I'm really I'm not used to being this busy anymore since I don't work for a boss. So I'm sort of like really have to focus and things like that. So, but anyway, I think the analysis in gold is I think I like. I think it's correct for now until I see something different. So I expect us to hover between 0 0.5 and here. Okay, zero. Let me see if I can see anything significant. Yes, and you know, there is a first presented fair value gap right over here, this one, and obviously this line here. So this is the range I want to play in the pre-market now, or in the London session. So I guess it's 238. Well, guys, I'll be right back. Hey, SK, how are you doing? I just need to check something quickly. I'll be back in 5 seconds. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Here we go. Okay. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, so yeah, so gold is for bullish for now until we have more clarity on the range for the rest of the day. I'm just trying to see if we can quickly frame a trade for the next macro that's coming. Yeah, so right now, this is a 4-hour candle. We already opened a new one. It hit the 0.5. I'm just wondering if we are done with this 4-hour move. Because we just, you know, it started at 2 o'clock, 2 a.m., right? So it looks very bearish, but because it's 0.5, are we going to go, is this going to become a bullish candle now? 241, 1 hour candle. It is a very busy area, right? It's sort of like there's a lot going on, but I like it. Let's wait till the macro. Check NQ quickly. Did we take out those highs already? Not yet. Now, I am not interested now in engaging in this area because either it's going to create more highs and manipulate a little bit around the area. I would rather wait for it to take it out and then maybe retrace into the range and then watch it. You know, the trade would actually was in in Asia already, to be honest. Let me show you. Here, 10 o'clock. This one here. No, I know, no, it was hard to enter. It's just trickling up. I guess the move was, I guess the entry should have been at quarter to four, right? Before the market, we have a nice fair value gap here. And then the entry, actually the best entry for NQ should have been just before the close. But we as day traders, we don't stay in. I mean, I don't take an overnight trade. I guess so. For us, it's not um, I would not have a solid entry in, to be honest. Here, maybe here, quarter past 8, 8 o'clock, in this one here. But I don't know. Not interested. We'll just watch it, take it out, and then we'll reassess again. Okay. And we'll wait for SMT on NQ. I'm going to put an alarm on, I want to put an alarm on this level when it takes it out. Add alarm. There we go. Only once. Create. Okay, I've got an alarm. So if I'm looking at gold, I don't want to miss it when it goes over that level. I've got to get used to managing two instruments now, because I was just married to NQ for 3 years, and I just had to look at one chart, and it was actually very easy. But now with two charts, gosh, I wonder how people have 2 or 3 girlfriends or boyfriends, how they manage to do that. It's already hard to manage one. Hey, Eugene, how are you doing? How's it going? I was just saying it's different. It's not difficult, but it's managing. If they're both running and interesting, it's hard. Well, it's almost going to be work then, right? With only NQ, it was like okay, well, I know NQ and have you seen with the gold with the daily wicks? Very interesting. Oh, hold on. You probably already have seen it, I guess. I probably don't, but I find it so interesting that I want to share it. The daily wick, it hit the zero point 0.5 of this daily wick premium wick, and it hit also the 0.5 of the discount wick. Hey, Selecta. I haven't done any trading so far, so no losses, no wins. Just analyzing and getting ready for the day, and preparing ourselves to have an awesome trading day. So for me, I find it very interesting that the daily candle has hit 2 midpoints of the previous daily candle. So we just have to wait until it's going to break one of them, I guess. But for now, we can safely find trades, I guess, in the range, because it's rejecting from here. This is now a rejection block. And I think it's more likely to go, well, I don't know. So Eugene, what I am hoping is that we would go back further up into the 4-hour fair value gap. So those levels that we were thinking about yesterday, remember, or in the PM session, and then go further down for the Friday end of day. That is sort of like what I tend to navigate towards, but I'm more bearish for the full day on gold and bullish on NQ for the full day. For the AM session or PM session. So Yeah, I would love to hear other people's biases and what they think on gold and NQ for the London session, and maybe if you have a bias for the end of the week in TGIF, we could have a TGIF on NQ and even on gold. Actually, thinking about it, yes, we could. If we take out this low, oh, that's also a scenario that we just don't even go into this range and then we take out this low and then what? Hold on, I need to check something again. um, I've got some issues with monkeys. They try to get in one room and I don't have vision on that room and the door it just doesn't close properly and when it's open, so because we've got wind and I was hearing stuff, I'm like I do have to check if they are inside. They're they're innocent, but they're just very curious and so that's why I sometimes I hear it and then I just have to double check and I just lock the room. But I have to leave it open for the cleaning lady because we've got all the cleaning stuff there. So, but anyway, sorry about that. My apologies. Um, living in the bush, monkey issues. Okay, so there we go. Okay, let's get back. Well, we want to frame a good trade, and at least with preferably a higher the 2R trade, right? That has my preference. But hey, if it doesn't give it to us, we'll see. Does anyone trade CL or oil in the chat? Just curious. Okay. Okay, we have the 251. Here's what I think on gold. Price created a 4-hour breakup setup, right? But it doesn't usually run up until the setup made is taken. So that's what I think. Price created a 4-hour breakout setup, right? Yeah, 4-hour. But selector doesn't make you. I don't understand if you are bullish or bearish because a 4-hour breakout to the downside, you mean, or a breakout to. In this area, I think the only thing that I can use here are those daily, those wicks, because I don't see any. This is, by the way, this is a daily fair value gap. Let me show you. We just tapped into that again. This is a daily fair value gap, and we are now bouncing out of it. See? So We've got also, it's not only a 4 hour fair value gap above us, but we also have an unmitigated for a day, 4 hour daily here in this area. Yes. Okay. I would hope that I would think that 0.5. You know, if you have these candles like these, we this is the third one, but we could have a fourth one as well, right? Or a third one. It could be all day's price action like this, just that it stays in this range maybe, and that it just takes out one of the, it goes lower here, and then maybe even it stays, creates another low, like so. That's also a scenario. Um, 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3 here. Then we got expansion. 1, 2, 3. See, 1, 2, 3, and then you have an expansion candle, and this is 1, 2, 3. So we'll wait. You know, I tend to get a little bit impatient sometimes. So when I see a move, I feel like, oh, I want the setup already to be clear to me. And sometimes it just takes time, right? And I'm always like, yeah, I want to see it now. What are you going to do? And then it's not there yet. And I tend to, especially now I'm streaming, I do catch myself thinking, am I missing something? But sometimes it's just not there yet because, you know, it's still either in a range or it's just going back into the range. And yes, it's a long, but I can't frame the exact TP or I don't see the whole picture yet. As when I form a trade setup, I want to see the time alignment, my setup, and I catch myself, and especially when I do London, like, oh yeah, I'm on now, and it's already 2:55. Macro started, and I'm just not, I don't have any clarity on the 4 hour candle, and I can literally swing it both ways. And I catch myself getting impatient a little bit, like, oh no, I need to see, I'm missing something. But sometimes it's just not there yet, right? Um, and I'm just sort of like thinking about what am I. You always learn a lot from yourself, but then again, I have to, get myself back to neutral and like, no, it's okay. And if I don't see it, maybe someone else see it. Discord, working on it, Eugene. Hey, listen, I was warned by someone. Listen, you need to set up some things really well because, especially because it will be free and I will share the invitations openly. I have to make sure that I don't get any attacks by bots because people do. That is apparently a thing. So I need to have a few layers. Um, in it. So, but it will be up and running anytime soon. But I might not have it today because I thought, you know what, let the people that I already know in. But the moment I share the invite, I can open myself up to quite a bit of. There's a lot of nastiness, especially on Discord. A lot of people that are around there to vandalize those discords. Let me put it that way. So yeah, I cannot be naive about that. I think I was a little bit naive. Like, you know what? I'll let everyone in, and then I'll figure it out along the way. But I just need a little bit more. I don't think I'll take that long to get it sorted. I just need to get some watch a YouTube, and then I'll be fine. Hey, but if anyone is good in setting up Discord and wants to help, they're more than welcome. But anyway, it'll be there anytime soon. I'm very excited about the Discord. Um, very excited. So okay, what's NQ doing? You can go. I think because we had such a nice run already, this macro might be a little bit. I'm just wondering if we can take the break, if we can take it to the breakout. Mm, okay, opening my account. My computer is very slow. Mm-hmm. 3 o'clock. 6. 6. 6. 3. 395. I'm actually interested to try to frame a long on NQ, but I just want to make sure that we. I don't want to get slammed down. Um, no, I think it's going to go down first. Mm-mm. I don't think it's going to take it out in this macro. What do you guys think? I think it's too soon. it's not ready yet, right? But it's a nice time, 3 o'clock macro, to take out the weekly high. Okay, would love to see NQ go down into the 4-hour FUD below Asia session midpoint before going for all-time highs after. Yeah, I agree. I'm more inclined to look for a short on NQ on gold, because I think it's just retracing up a little bit to continue the move down for now, because it's already below. Yeah. Let me just quickly go to gold. Yeah, we already went into fair value gap, and I am interested in. I need to enter now. I'm just not sure. Let me again go to the daily. Let me frame it. I'm going to get rid of this one now. Just want to show you this one. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely. That's why I'm also like still only using micro goals on. And I also noticed. Oh, Eugene, maybe you might know that. Is the closing price on gold different than NQ? Because on NQ it is 4 o'clock. On TradingView you get the settlement price. I get the line at 4. But I noticed that on TradingView on gold, it seems that the closing price is a little bit later than NQ. So I'm trying to figure out how that is that really the case. But yeah, but hey, I like gold so far. But I would like it to go up a little bit more than to go down and then into deeper into this daily in this fair value gap here. And to, because the market doesn't do anything else than balances out imbalances. And what is a wick? A wick is just a lot of imbalances. So you can expect it to work its way down before this point becomes liquidity. It will reject a couple of times from different points on one of those wicks. And that means it's just balancing out the imbalances that it created in the past. So so there's a lot of imbalances still in this area, and we're in a higher time frame fair value gap. So I think it still has some business to do here. It rejected from this point now, so that's my only like, are you going to take liquidity here, go into internal, and I guess this would be external liquidity then. So it's one of the two. Can I yeah, you can always share anything. I love that you do that. That's why I'm happy that the chat is here. I don't know if it will work, but I'm looking for shorts on 4116 and stop loss 4119 since I like small stop. Yes, that's very good to have small stop. You want to get in and 41. Okay, so yeah, I think that is. I'm sort of like waiting for that as well, Selector. I'm also looking at that area and I want to see how it reacts exactly there because you've got a wick, you've got also these intermediate term. Well, is it intermediate or is it a short term? This is a short term low. I want to see how it reacts here. Is it? Yeah, it's not no. It is a intermediate term low. I want to see how it reacts here, and then that's where I also think if how it behaves. Like if it would go over this area straight away, then it invalidates our trade setup, right? Then I will be looking. I think okay, it might go up first here into this area because remember this is the daily, and this might be just the wick on the lower end. It could reverse, right? We're just forming the daily candle now here. So, but yeah, I'm looking exactly at that same area. And we created some nice liquidity here. I like that analysis. And on the 4 hour, that would mean that we just go nuts on those wicks. I'm still testing a lot with these wicks. It's for me also just something that I'm just getting into since ICT. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, I like this. I'm almost inclined to just jump into this to take this trade. I'm inclined to take but I'm not going to do it, guys. But I think 4118 is very likely to be hit. I've got a little insect here bugging me since yesterday evening. Come on. I'll take you outside. Come. Isn't this a cutie? I'm gonna make sure that it gets outside. Hold on. Yeah. There's red folder news coming at 10:30 a.m. You mean Eastern? or our time now? Because we do have, I saw something as well, but that was 4:30 Eastern. Is that same time, right? I think that's what you're referring to. You're the flash manufacturing PMI. Yeah, the London one. I'm also sort of like interested in that. If you trade spot versus intraday anchor gold day to 5 p.m. New York on FX charts and anchor New York. Wow, okay, that's a lot of information. Okay. Eugene, I actually I have to visualize that a little bit more, but we can go over that in the Discord. Review and review like on official settles for you. So you use the forex gold pair. I think can I call it forex gold pair if it's yeah, because it's against the US dollar, right? Yeah. You know, I'm actually really this stream is really helping me also become more patient. Um, oh, guys, I really like this level, this 4118, because there's a suspension block here on the 5 minute. Here we go. I'll mark it. Oh, I thought it was exactly in the gap. But anyway, suspension blocks are ICT has to go. He mentioned them, but he doesn't really go into it that deep yet. But he did say suspension blocks are blocks that are always traded towards again at a later time. So so this level 4190 is exactly around my 1/3 level here, and I love 1/3s. If I use this one, and if I use this one, I think this one is valid. I think this one is valid enough. I think this one is okay to use. This one is not in play yet because we where are we now? Okay, we have to wait. We have to wait, guys. It's just so and Q created another low. So it's rejecting now. So now I would think maybe in the next macro it's going to take out the level, right? 227, 306 is in a macro. So we went below the first presented fair value gap. We retested it. This is the London first presented fair value gap. So let's see. Hey, where is my first presented fair value gap from in my golds? Why? Oh, that's interesting. We're not forming any. You see that? So this one was yesterday's. So for me, they're like a roadmap. I use the London session, so that's between 3 and 3:30. The PM session between 1:30 and 2. Then there obviously the AM session, which we all know of. And then also I use the one at around midnight. So that's the one from midnight to 0:30. And then also that one is less significant, I believe. The one that is at the daily open. So the one from 6 to 6:30. So, but you see here how we tapped at Friday. It tapped into the one of London from the previous day, and yeah. And there was one week a Mether. I think you can remember that when I started testing that 150 to 2 a.m. macro every day. It was around the 1:30, the PM session. First presented fair value gap, and it was every day, and it was sort of like I thought, oh, that's interesting, but then I guess that was just a coincidence for 1.5 or 2 weeks. I haven't seen that actually, but it was very. There was sort of a logic to it, but now things are a little bit different again. So, but that was on NQ, by the way. But I was trying to figure out why there is no first presented on. Oh, there is. Yeah. There's a very tiny one here, but I guess we can call that insignificant. But there is one, but it's very small. So that means low probability. Yeah, so and I haven't seen that lately. So it was always, and it gave a lot of information how they work together, right? At that in that scenario, but so I have to redo that video, I guess. Let me see again. Where is the? So it's not here. I guess because we moved up a lot. Let me go to the 15. Here is the first presented of the afternoon session on the 5 minute. And this is the... Now I want to show you guys the IPDA ranges. Let's go over... let me show you that. Okay. I don't know if anyone has studied the ICT, and so on gold, partially, so this is the 20-day look back. IPDA goes back 20, 40, and 60 days, right? And now this is a 20-day look back. And so the interbank price, those ranges, they're just cycles. So they go back into to the liquidity that is created 20, 40, and 60-day look back. Now, this was, let's say the month was started here, Wednesday. So I don't expect us to go all the way down. Like I'm bearish for the rest of the month. Let me put it that way. So I think it will go back further down into the range, but not all the way today, I think. So what I did, I just marked out the OTE levels, and I'm just thinking like, okay, well, obviously this is premium discount. We could go back up, right? But I'm just yeah, I'm just thinking it might go further because OTE is still here. Even if we would go down until this level, it could go back then up. But I do expect it to go a little bit further down into the range. And Q, what did you give me on the IPDA? The 20-day look back is okay. So this is the low. Yeah, this is definitely this is such a beautiful manipulation move, right? And then we get the expansion to the upside. We've been retesting it, retesting. This doesn't look bearish at all, does it? I mean, it just looks like it wants to expand, right? But for gold, for me, I'm very interested to see this level being broken again to the downside. So that's why I'm looking at this level. So if we go, because we have retested premium discount, so technically you would think, okay, we went up, we go back into discount now, so it could go back up, right? So that's why I'm sort of like very watching this area and a little bit careful now on gold to see what it's doing right now. So if it will go back up here and then go back down, then we could safely assume it will go back into the further into the OTE levels, on the higher time frame OTE levels. But if it's going to disrespect this fair value gap, then obviously it will go higher and not go back into this range for maybe another, I don't know, for some time. So that's why I'm now looking at the higher time frame premium discount as well on this 20 on the 20-day look back. I don't, because it's such a big range, I don't think there's no point in looking back 40, 60 days. I guess that's my logic, because I'm like, we already have such a big range that is still, which needs to be revisited, rebalanced anyway at some point. Until we get lower to than this point, then I have to add the 40 and the 60-day look back. But for now, I guess it doesn't make any. There's no point in doing that. So this area is 41.8. I'm going to write it down, otherwise I forget. So also, it hit it already here on Wednesday, and it did not bounce back up. Here again, we hit it. Did we hit it exactly on yesterday? But we did not go below it. Now, here again, let me get rid of this yellow line because we don't need that anymore. Here you go. So now we are above it, right? So I'm waiting, I'm really watching this area to see if we are respecting the 0.5 of that IPTA range. Yeah. So something I forgot to share in the analysis. $40.81. Okay, I've got it marked here as well. This area. Here's a little bit lower. Okay. Well, we'll see. Ray Darling, analysis is paralysis. No, I don't agree with you. Sometimes, yes, I think you might have a point, but how can you frame a trade without analysis? It's when you go over too many things. But it's about what is significant for you in your trading setup. I'm not a scalper, so I don't want the shorter trade. So I understand if you look at order flow and you can see shorter. I do see the shorter trades, but I'm not interested in them. So I'm just looking for the larger moves. So I need more analysis to frame those trades. So I really want the specific highs to be taken before I enter. So I take more time to take a trade nowadays, so that works a little bit better for me. But I understand what you're saying. When you're new, you have to keep it simple. and um, don't look at too many things. Ray, tell me what you are trading and how you trade. I'm interested. But I don't agree with your that analysis is paralysis. But analysis paralysis is a thing, yes, definitely. But it's not analysis is paralysis always. But I think it's a lot what I show because I do go over a lot of things, and there's a lot on my chart. So I did have the feedback that I had to keep my charts a little bit cleaner. So I tend to go back, but I just want to share things that I look at. For example, I'm just figuring out those wicks, and I just get so much advantage of them that I want to share it with you guys. But I can imagine that it's a lot. And if you see it, you can't see what I'm exactly looking at. So, but guys, so you need to give me feedback on that. If it's too much, then I have to change that a little bit and make it a little bit more doable and understandable without giving you analysis paralysis. That's not, I don't want to do that. But if that's happening, let me know. I think Ray, that's what maybe what's Ray pointing out, right? Yeah, I'll hide this. And also, what I tend to do now, if price is not advantageous for me to enter, that's what I use that time to look into the charts and to go over specific scenarios. And once we start moving, then I'm prepared for the larger move because I've got my levels. Um, but yeah, it's just everybody trades differently, I guess. Um, but Ray, let me know. I mean, is my analysis gives that does my analysis give you paralysis? I really would love to know. Because I can talk. I mean, for me, I love talking about it, and sometimes, I understand that might be the case. So give me your feedback, or anyone else, for that matter. I'm still waiting because for me, it's hard to trade to frame a good trade on gold at the moment. Um, where you guys know why. Oh, and I see I have a few new subscribers, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. And for the people that are new here, I am working on a Discord because I mean the community building is just already. I guess it's really already. I never expected it to happen in this short period of time because I'm just in now. I think this eighth or ninth week, but it's such an amazing little group already. So and we need to collaborate more and share documents. So Discord is on its way. So yeah, so we can give it more foundation and more value to what we're doing here. We're all here to learn and grow, I guess, and get better. 1% per day is good enough. Hey, Philip C. How are you doing? What is my thoughts on the latest price action? Well, um, last week on NQ, I was really struggling, to be honest. And I started doing gold since 2 weeks, and I felt more comfortable with gold the last, well, actually this week, to be honest. But it's not easy. I must be honest. It takes more time to frame a good setup. I'm a distribution trader, so because there's a lot of consolidation, it seems to me that I have to wait longer for a trade, and it's been very well, it's always manipulated, but I think it's a little bit harder to trade lately, and you need more patience and more, well, in my case, more analysis before I really have a good setup. But I had a few good trades, but I also had a couple of losses. Um, but I had a really, really good trade on gold yesterday at the end of the PM session. I think it was solid analysis, and but it took time because I tend to, what I noticed a lot lately, what I've been doing, that I changed. I do see it in the beginning, and then I start sort of, oh, but I see this as well. But then my initial analysis was correct, so it just manipulates more in between the levels that you think are going to be hit. So if you're struggling at the moment, I don't think you're alone. I think most people find it more challenging at the moment. I do. I mean, in all honesty, it takes more time for me to frame a good trade, definitely. And if I don't take the time, I have a losing trade. Yeah. So so tell me, how have you been? Where are you? Are you um, where are you in your journey? But hey, Fridays can be challenging as well. But I think because we had yesterday was very, the like when you have NFP week, I think it was almost similar to a Thursday, NFP Thursday. The price was very lethargic; it didn't move, and we tend to get better days after those days. So I'm sort of very. I have hope for today. Let me put it that way, because we've got news as well. And yesterday was similar to the NFP Thursday. I'm like, okay, let's see. So, but we just have to see what the market gives us and just react to price action. And if there's no trade set up, there is no trade set up. We just stay put, and we just yeah. But last week was really, I was really struggling last week, to be honest. I really was not in tune with the market, and I was really surprised at the whole week. Um, I think it was because technically my best weeks of the month are the third week most of the times. It's the third or the fourth week, depending on, that's most of the times a distribution. Uh, but I think we have a 5 week, this week, October, we have sort of like 4.5, 5 weeks. So then you have a check. If this is the hmm. But Philip, let me tell you one thing. If London doesn't give a trade at the moment, a lot of unpredictable movement, and consolidation, just have to stay patient. Yeah, and so I love AMD, and when the manipulation is clear. But for example, last week I messed up with, because I took the manipulation move for the distribution move, and things like that, because I read it, because there was sort of like a little move before that, but it wasn't clear enough. Well, it was clear to me, but it was wrong, right? So, but I love the normal AMD, when you can figure out when that's the manipulation move, and then you get the distribution. Those are the best trades. But sometimes with the manipulation move, it's there was so much manipulation before that I can't frame the manipulation move properly. So that is exactly that. And then in that area, when I start going back and forth, and I'm like, that is already a signal now for me that, okay, I get it. I have to stay out now, because um, Yeah, you just have to, you have to be more, we have to be more patient. It is, and that's actually something you need to train, right? And I wasn't good at that at all. I was not good at that at all. But I'm getting better at this, and I think this the streaming helps me as well. October 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have 5 weeks, so that's why last week, even though it was the third week, but this week is also not favorable. Okay, well, let's see. Okay. Um, okay, now see what this little fair value gap here, or this is a high value fair value gap apparently. So one of the new things that I learned from the last ICT videos. And you see it's being reused and reused and reused, and it's not breaking it, right? But I'm starting to get a little bit more bearish on gold, because we've got this large. We're back into the we're back into this range now. Gold. I really want to see it go below 4081. Then we've got confirmation that it. Yeah, and that is actually exactly, Philip. I think that's why it's so important to have a community where we struggle with the same issues, and where we can well, I don't want to say hold each other accountable, but just make it ourselves aware that, okay, it is difficult, the price action, because you do start to doubt yourself sometimes, right? Because when you have like three losses in a row, and you're like, oh my god, I can't read it. But the market is designed for us to oh, somebody subscribed, thank you. I appreciate it. I love this little bell, but I tend to miss it because I'm not looking at the correct screen. Um, but I'll see it pop up here. But yeah, it helps when you are. Oh, Antonio Pina, thank you for subscribing, and all the others. But I don't all see your names because it depends if you have ticked or unticked your visibility. So that's why. But thank you to all. It's growing like crazy. It's just so exciting, guys, really. Um, but yeah, Philip, welcome. I mean, I think mindset and psychology is something also I really want to touch on. This morning, I was listening to, there's a really good channel on YouTube, and it's from Mark Douglas. And I was listening to one of it today, and I'm going to add it to in the Discord as well. And it just goes over our relationship with trading, and how it's such a mirror, and how yeah, I'm going to put it in the Discord, and you just listen to it in the morning, and you get so much more. It makes so much sense. It's just reflections of our own insecurities, and how we perceive the market. Very interesting, but I'll definitely touch more on that as well. Um, Besides it being discipline, it's also about biology. It's how your brain makes dopamine, and your specific areas in your brain get triggered if you have a loss. And it's like a loop, and then we start over trading. I also made a video about that because I got fascinated. It's like, how is it possible that I still make these mistakes sometimes, even though I know it so well, even though I have a solid model? Um, but I still fall in that trap once in a while, you know? And like, why? And I know other very, very good traders. I'm like, huh, how's that possible? They're so much further than I am. And they shared that with me as well. So I really went into that topic. Like, what is it? How does that happen? And it's biology. It's not only discipline, it's also biology. And the market is designed for us to get into that mindset, right? It's all based about fear and greed. That's how price action is literally designed. So if you cannot master that part of your brain, we fall victim to that. So, but hey, if once you know and you start realizing it, you get more patient, and the market is not controlling you. You are in control of your emotions. It's, you know, it's not getting us, and it still happens once in a while. It still happens to me once in a while, but it just gets less at some point. It just gets less over time. But hey, someone who tells you that they never have it anymore, I find it hard to believe, to be honest, because I think it's just, human behavior, and it's the weakness that we have, and we need to train it. We really need to train it, and it takes time. And I think when you're tired, or when you're like, you have something, a lot of things on your mind, or something bad happened, I think that's the time that you fall victim to it. Or when you're a little bit ill, oh my God, let me quickly go in and just, yeah, when you're not feeling 100%. So, but hey, let's see. We're almost at the 3:50. My favorite time, 4 o'clock, is starting. So I use the 4 a.m. Throughout the whole day. So when the 4 a.m. prints, that's for me a time that is very important to me, that I use, especially in the AM session. And I build my models are built around the 4 a.m. time. But I also like it when it prints 4 a.m. because most of the times you will see an influx of volatility coming in. And especially now with the gold, you can see, right? It's sort of like hovering around. So I think it might be interesting in what's coming. And I'm looking forward to today's session. I think we might get an interesting day because I think both NQ and gold might give some opportunity. And if not, maybe one of the two, right? Let's quickly have a look at NQ. What are you doing? Okay, it's hovering around. Yeah. But Philip, welcome anyway. And I think it's good, that we talk about that as well on stream and be open about it, about the struggles, and um, um, yeah, things that are difficult when we trade. Do you journal, by the way, if I may ask, Philip? So I'm happy that I did not enter in a trade, even though it hit this fair value gap, right? Um, I just want to go back to the daily. I just want to make sure that I do want to calculate this one again. Why? I just want to see the midpoint because we rejected from the midpoint to the upside. Oh my God, the wind is just blowing my door open and close every time. I'm just interested in the half point. Hold on. Uh, yeah, there we go. Yeah. So this is the midpoint of another wick. So if we go below that, that indicates for me that we are definitely going lower. And then I'm looking into these areas here, 6 6. So I go nuts about the 1/3 levels. I'm getting interested in a short on gold. It's starting to get bearish. Look how nice the 4 hour candle. Oh, I have to close my door and lock it because it's just the wind. You guys might hear it every time. Let me just quickly close the door. It's too cold today. Weather is crazy here nowadays. I mean, it's summer. It's summer has started here, but it's been really wind. The wind has just been crazy for weeks now, and very unusual. Um, yeah, I don't need the fan on. There's too much wind anyway. So I thought the sun was coming out, but I guess that was too good to be true today. um, yeah. Yes, we just have to be patient, but we are hovering around this. This is exactly the zero point 0.5 of the daily of a daily wick candle. So there's a very important level, and as you can see, it has been creating equal lows there. So I'm just hoping now that we're going to break through this. So then um, I'm just wondering if it's sort of like it doesn't make sense. And journaling of the sessions I trade. Okay, exactly. That's what I do as well, Philip. I journal my trades separately. I also journal my emotions when, on those trades, but I have a separate journal where I journal the market. So also the higher time frame. What did things do? Because I'm a time based trader too, so I look at specific times as well. I don't go in it too much on the stream because it's a lot of information. But I incorporate time a lot in my trading, and it needs to align. Besides the ICT macros, there's so much more to time. But macros are a big thing. But yeah, um, I do similar things like that. Yes, and um, it's very good to do that. How long have you been trading, by the way? Yeah, I wish I started journaling sooner. I didn't journal the first 3 years, to be honest. And but I think it was also because I did not really know. I was sort of like victim to the retail things that I also, was learning. And then I was always like, I just didn't know actually. I think I wasn't really, for me, things were not really clear. And until I started doing ICT, then I knew exactly what I was starting to look for. And then, you form your trading identity, so to speak. And then I knew I had, I, I think it was more that I had more clarity what I wanted, what I could journal. So, okay, let's see now. I think macro is starting. I just want to see how we react at this point because this is a very important point. This is exactly that 50% of that daily wick. And if we go below it again, then I have confidence in taking the trade more deeper into the fair value gap. Or are we, but look, this is distribution candle. We are definitely going to distribute lower, I think. Um, I'm just a little bit, I just don't like this price action. It's sort of like at a point that it could just slam back up, right? That it just creates another low, just takes out the low and then goes back up because the body here, but we are in a macro. Yeah. Oh, Philip, I'll touch on that because that's very interesting, and that's so important for people. If you're in that stage, it's the longest stage, but it's actually the one that is actually the best one to be in if you understand what's happening. I mean, I feel you, and I was in it as well, but it'll come really if you're in that and you know you're in the break even. The most growth is in that area. Guys, hold on. I think it is going to be a distribution. Why am I locked out of my account again? 83. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to enter it here, but 8.3 is I would watch time as well, but 8.3 is a safe level if you're in a short. This level here. I don't have time to enter on it. Why? It's the 0.66 level of the daily candle. But it could, there is a 0.25 here as well. Here, right over here, but it's already gone through it. And time is still okay. We're still, the macro just started. 0.66. I'm in on my account with 2 micro golds. Now I hope it does not reject from the 25. Come on. Don't be fooled by that little move to the upside. Yeah. This is my TP. That's my TP. Why? It's the 0.66 of that daily candle. I don't care if it goes lower. That's good enough for me for this trade. Boom. Okay. That was my trade. It might go low, but I don't care. This is my low-hanging fruit. But time is still on your side. If you're in and you have a runner, you can let it run. But I don't trust the market too much at this point. Um, yeah, I just got out of this level here. But you know, the macro is still, it's 355. So I do think it can go lower, but I'm just thinking it might retrace here a little bit. You see, yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, I don't want to be in this kind of, you know, you see how exact you can frame these moves with using these wicks, right? Now, because the macro is still running, yes, but I'm just, I don't have the energy at the moment to sit through long trades, and because it's sometimes really draining to see your TP. You know, when I'm really when I'm not busy and things like that, I don't mind sitting through this. But now I just don't. But you see, it's not magic that I know why this is happening right over here, right? It's exactly to the tick. There's nothing really. It's just algorithmic. It's all algorithmic. Yeah. Oh, you didn't take that trade? Okay, so Selecta. Hey, Anthony, I took that trade already. I got in. I didn't have time to frame it here, but I got in while we were here. So I was marking this area here. Yeah, there was not enough time. I was marking this 0.5. That was for me there was 0.5 level of, but hey guys, the move is not done yet. Don't worry about it. 0.5 level of a daily wick, and the moment we got below it, I entered on, I just market ordered myself in, and I said, this is my TP. So I just took it from a 0.5 level from another daily wick to this 0.1/3 level for now. But we are in a distribution candle right now, but we just have to make sure if it goes lower. I'll show you again on so now, if we get below this 0.5, that's why I'm very careful, guys. Why did I get out of that 0.66 level? Because of this level. This is the IPTA 0.5 level. That means the 20-day look back. IPTA looks at these ranges. Now, it could tap into the 0.5 and go back up into this range. So that's why I wanted to take that. It was a scalp. I saw it, I took it, and I didn't even have time to enter it there. So I just took it on my account. I mentioned it, but I just wanted to take, and it was a very short trade, right? It was just from here to here. And I wanted to get out before this level because I want to see what it's going to do right over here. Are we going to go down further? We have news at 4:30, right? In half an hour, there's London news. So we have to be a little bit vigilant here to be really sure. Like, hey, if we get into this area and we go lower, then that's the perfect trade, right? Exactly, Eugene. Yeah, I'm just showing that I'm careful. But Eugene, I think Eugene is right that it's not over yet. It's just this, we are in distribution. But I am watching the 0.5 level. But Eugene, I'm with you. Because we're now entering this candle, right? But you always have to be vigilant around these 1/3 levels because you get retrace. It's just a retracement. This is just a retracement technically to re-enter. And my 4 o'clock has been, but you know, I have been journaling and testing those levels very much. So I know it's going to go up for a while and I don't want to sit through that. I would rather now frame a new trade with you guys. So that's why I said my TP is here because I expected this move to go back up. But it's just a retracement. And I just want to see I want to see if it stays below, if it doesn't go up here and frame it together. And why as well, because if you miss a move like that, you want to miss those moves and then get the better move afterwards. So, Eugene, are you in already? Or are you waiting for the confirmation? We're in a macro, guys. You can enter here, I think. Not, but you are here. You have a fair value gap. We created a beautiful busy. We're still in the macro, but there's a retest of this fair value. Let me go to the 1 minute. But you need to frame your own. Are you in a buy? In a Krabi, are you in a buy in gold? If you go below this 0.66 level, you can frame a trade. But I think everyone needs to go into the lower time frame and see what their levels are. Because hey, listen, don't take signals from anyone. Because people, you know, I might look at different things than you do. Are you in and out? Yeah, I just took I just wanted to be on the safe side because I'm thinking about the news and I think like, okay, what's going to happen? Because this is very higher time frame analysis, right? And look how this level now, the one that I marked, how it's behaving. And sometimes it takes time again. But I think it will move. Yeah, I wouldn't be in a buy. Well, I would in a buy just for a retracement to the upside. Yes. But for a buy, there is no reversal. We are in a bearish, look, this is a bearish distribution candle on the 4-hour. You cannot be bearish until you have a 15-minute change in the state, right? A break of structure. You cannot be bullish right now when you're in a candle like this. When you hit a level like this, you can expect a retracement or either a reversal. But are you seeing any reversal signs here? You have a bearish fair value gap, which is created outside of a very important fair value gap. And then you have a retest of this area. So I would be very bearish now. I think this was the retracement here. The retracement, yes, we had a retracement, but it hit it here. We went up. We retested this. So the move is going to continue now. See, that's how you align time, Krabi. This is time alignment because I totally agree with you. We hit the level where you can expect a retracement. I'm not in, guys, but I hope everybody understands what's going on. That's why I want to explain. This was the entry. You've got the fair value gap. The retest is right over here. We're still in macro, and it continues to move right now. But right now, if you are in this trade, you don't want to overstay because we already had the move started early. In this case, you want to be careful around 7 and 8 past the hour. So we're at 5 past. And watch this 0.5 level or the midpoint of this fair value gap. So that's 4072 or 4067. But the retracement was here, Krabi, right here. The level that I marked right over here where I put the arrow. And I said, this is my TP. Why? Because of the retracement. And this is your confirmation. Bearish fair value gap, retest. It can't be more beautiful than this in time, exactly at 4 in the 4 o'clock candle. So this is combining higher time frame analysis with time. Now start to be careful here because there's a lot of wicks here. When you see wicks on the higher time frame, guys, be careful. Why? You don't know which wick it's using, so it could be either or. So yeah, okay. But do you understand what happened? That you were right, you were correct about your retracement. That was good analysis, but it was a very minor retracement because it's really already it's on a mission to the downside. And if you understand that this was the retracement, that's enough for it to go lower again. Yeah. Hello, Susie Bear. I do trade prop firms. Yes, I trade Funded Next at the moment. Only Funded Next currently. I love Funded Next. They're rapid challenge mainly. So now, because it respected the 0.66 level, I actually do. I I'm always careful at the midpoint of a fair value gap, but the 0.5 of that same range that I calculated is here. But you have to be aware of time. And like I said, when the move has started before the macro actually, so the move started technically, if you look here, right, the distribution started exactly at 51, but you can already see that we have like a little candle here at 48.49. So I'm always careful around, I'm always looking like, okay, is it going to hit this level at 8 past? Then I get out. I don't wait for, hey, Dottie. I don't wait any time longer. But it has not hit that level and also not the 0.5 yet. But if you have oh, Top Step, yeah, my funded, yeah, I love my funded futures. But Top Step, I don't like it that they own Project X, and that I think that's a conflict of interest when a prop firm owns a platform. And also, what happened, a lot of other companies that use Top Step when they had the outage, they were pretty much screwed. And I am using because I live in South Africa. I wasn't allowed to keep using Top Step. And I didn't know that they put that on South Africa on their restricted list until they want to move me to live. That's where we found out that it wasn't. Yeah, exactly. And TopStep is offering free accounts, resets, but other companies are literally screwed because they don't have they try to really kill all the fires, but I don't like TopStep, the Project X. I like TopStep, but I don't like it that they try to push everyone to Project X. I think that's you can't. I think you can't open any other platforms anymore, right? If you buy a new evaluation, so that's I just don't like that. Yeah, but anyway, now this is also one of the reasons why I got out, because I need to, I know I have to leave and I need to do stuff, and I just wanted to have my low hanging fruit, so I got out here. But now we're definitely, we are going down in so I just let me show you the wick that I'm using again, just to make sure that everybody understands how I got that information. Oh, sorry about that, guys. So I'm using this daily wick, this one, this large one. Why are you always moving? This one here. And this is the daily fair value gap. So I've got two very high time frame things that I'm using right now. And I went back to the 4 hour, but it's daily time frame information. So right over here. Now we're at the 0.5 and it's end of macro. And we are below it already. So it's a beautiful move, right? I hate payouts take up to 10 days on Top Step. Exactly. And with there's so many other prop firms now, you get payout much faster. Funded Next has every 3 days, and they pay out very fast as well. So and I think there's so many now, and there's so many, and also I don't like the. Do you? I think Top Step. Do you have consistency rules as well? Evaluation. So now for the people that have missed this move, maybe it doesn't matter because it's end of macro, it's 0.5, so it will retrace back up now. But the question is, are we going further back down? Because we are in the midpoint of that fair value gap, but it looks like we're on I would say the distribution move is not done yet to the downside. And it might continue all the way to here and here. let's see, because I don't know how long, how much time do I have? Oh, I hate it too that I have to leave. Consistency rules are bullshit. Yeah, that's why I like the rapid challenge of Funded Next, because I don't have consistency rules in the evaluation, so I can pass them faster. But I do have consistency in the funded though. But it's either or, I guess, right? So, oh, they have 50% consistency. Okay, well, yeah, I know, yeah. That's why I always have my own account on the side if I am done with if I cannot trade anymore because my consistency rules, then I open up my live account. Yeah. I actually I trade mainly my evaluations and my funded, and then only when I am ran out of options, then I open up my account on distribution day. But honestly, I must say, since I started streaming, um, obviously I trade a little bit less because I talk a lot apparently, and yeah. So, but it's okay. I don't mind. I've got enough. My trades are still good enough for me to live off. And I think maybe in the long run, maybe it's even better. I might even have less losses as well. So, yeah, I think 50% is still fair. And 40% also, to be honest. But 40% is sort of like, then you need 3 days to pass you cannot do it in 2 days, right? That sort of sucks, 40%. Yeah. Okay, so the next level, if it starts going down, guys, mark this the 0.33 level. So it's 50, 52-ish on gold. You will definitely see a nice retracement from there because that's what it does most of the times. I've been going nuts on those 1/3 levels. I even made a short on it. Most of my trades that if you see me exit somewhere, it is over 1/3 level. Because I've been monitoring now it for I think almost 3 or 4 months, and I trust it now quite a bit. But the only thing is I need to be sure that I am using the right wick, and that's sometimes challenging when you have a lot of wicks. But because it happened at the same level at the 0.66, I think I can trust this. I will stick around just to make sure. Hey Iris, can you show how to draw 0.5 on a candlestick wick? You mean the fib levels, or just I just use fib. Let me show you. Why are you not opening? I just use fib retracements. So, are you using TradingView? And then I just mark it, the level, so 0.5 is here. 0.75, 0.33, 0.66. Okay, guys, this is a beautiful distribution move. I'm okay not to take it because I need to run, but I just want to. I would definitely. This level is significant. 40.52. I'm in short from Robin is 48.8. You're in from 48.8. Oh, nice. So Anthony, I found out like ICT only uses quarter levels. I added 1/3 level, so 0.33 and 0.66 are 1/3 levels. So there's nothing really magical about it. It's just that I started noticing that there was a lot of times that price just stops, especially in the move down. It always retraces at certain points. And I noticed that it happens a lot at the 1/3 level, so I started using them. So, but you're outside macro, so you might have to sit through some not drawdown if you have an entry like Robin. It might go back into this range here, right? And then go back further down. But we have to, this is very high time frame. So sometimes if you have these levels, You draw. Yes, now in this situation I do, but most of the times I use lower time frames as well. But on gold, this is on the daily. Yes, correct. And I don't know if you've watched ICT's latest videos when he goes into those gradients of daily wicks, especially because we've been wicking so much. I use those daily wicks because there's a lot of information. Because what does the market do when it goes into those wicks? A wick is nothing else than an imbalance, and the market doesn't do anything else than balances out imbalances, which are wicks, and grabs liquidity. But a wick, a bottom is not a liquidity yet until all these balances are balanced out, and that's why I figured I found out that those 1/3 levels are those levels that it's sort of like points of retracements, because it needs to go back and forth right before it goes down. It doesn't go down in a straight line. So that's the logic about it. So it's sort of like moves in cycles, and it takes quarters and 1/3 to make its way down before it grabs this liquidity. So it is liquid, it's on its way down, but that's where you will see. So I do believe that you'll get a retracement here on this level. So let's see. We're going to get news in London, by the way. Oh. So also I had a gold trade last week. It was this, yeah, it was this week, where I used it was one of my best trades ever, where I figured out it was exactly, oh, it's actually here. I think it's still here. 0.5, was it here? I can't remember. We saw rejection at a 0.5 where it turned, and with using also this logic, I was able to frame the turn and the exit. Thank you, Andy. No, I mean, that's what I'm still learning as well. I'm a lifetime student, but anything that I already figured out, I love sharing and help speed up other people's process as well. But hey, listen, there's a lot for me still to learn, but this is something that I've been journaling and been looking into, and I love to share and I love to help other people. So that's the point of this channel. But hey, listen, I'm very open to new things as well, and to broaden my horizon and learning more. So, but hey, listen, I think this is gold, these 1/3 levels. So that's why I'm sharing. But keep it in our community. Don't share it outside our community. I think ICT, I'm sure ICT uses them as well, but he says he doesn't share everything, which is understandable. But I'm sure he uses them. I cannot imagine that he does not use them. But there's other ways to get to your, if you use fib levels, retracement, just the OTE levels, I think you can get to the similar things. And also if you just grade this, like for example, you can also just grade the, let's just grade the, just the normal fair value gap, right? Let's just do that. I'm going to take this one out now because this one has done its purpose. Let's just see if we have any. Now you see, where does it stop? No, Mike, Topstep wanted to get me to live, and I had to fill in all documents, and you need to, and it's better not to lie at that point. But I use access. I use VPN, but for that situation, it was just a little bit. You get too serious, so we just had to part ways. But I do use VPN for different kind of things, but in that case, moving to live. But in all honesty, I don't want to be on live for any prop firm because you have to pay your own commissions. But that's how we found out that South Africa was restricted. I was still using a Dutch address because I moved to South Africa from the Netherlands. But yeah, that's why. Anthony is on my chart. You see here when you grade the. So now it's bouncing off the 0.66 or the 0.33 level, or 1/3 level right over here when I grade the fair value gap. But there is one that's on the wick as well. So once you go lower, it most likely will end stop here or here as well. I have to change this one. You have to play around with it. Like, what is it using, right? So now you see, if you know, I saw this happening. I think, okay, it's most likely the one from the, and you see how now you see that these two align. Selecta, see you later again. Thank you. But it's very, I mean, oh, thank you guys for oh my god, 175 subscribers. That's a lot. Thank you guys. I'm overwhelmed with all the support from you guys. But you have to start playing a little bit with it, because you can see now that there are two different levels that are being used, right? But so that's why for me it's also very interesting to see, are we going to get another stop here or here? Are we just going to go run down? Is this enough, right, to go through it? Because I didn't grade the fair value gap initially. I was using the daily wick, but so also I'm still trying to figure out what has a higher value, right, in a situation like this. So I'm still journaling this, like, okay, what did it do? What time did things happen? What time did it hit the 0.66? For example, here 4:15 outside macro, but let's see if we are getting into the next run. We can consider the 20 to every day we say wicks never lie. Hey, listen, since ICT dropped those last videos, I was using the rejection block wicks already, but not the daily ones that I'm using now. So it's just been a few weeks, but I am going nuts on them. So I'm sorry about a lot of this here, but I hope I can get everyone to use them, because I think they're very powerful and there's so much information in them. And people who say wicks are just noise, no, they're not. The most information is in the wicks. I cannot trade without wicks anymore. I cannot. I mean, for me, wicks is just. I think I'm more excited about wicks than bodies. But anyway, I guess that's just me. But let's see if it reacts at this 1/3 level. I just want to see, and then I actually have to go, but I don't want to go. I always get very, Eugene. I mean, I get very excited about distribution candles when I see it. No, I haven't tried. I know Kit is. I mean, Kit is a buddy of mine actually. Kit is in charge of funding ticks, right? I think Kit knows about my channel. Kit is one of my mentors when I really, one of the ones that I started when I really, he's also one of my time frame mentors. But I think Kit knows, but I have to be very careful to tell people about my channel, in the sense of, not that I don't want them to know, but I have not told friends and family or trading buddies like, hey, listen, I'm doing this, because I didn't want their support initially, because I was, let me do my thing and see how the algo works and find my own people. But I'm thinking of, I actually thought when I have enough people, maybe to get a code as well for funding ticks. But I haven't even spoken. I'm actually supposed to talk to Kit, because I had some questions about streaming and stuff like that. But I think Kit is part of funding ticks, right? If I'm correct. But are you, Andy? Are you using funding ticks? Are you happy with it? Hello, Rahul. Rahul, I've been learning training for 6 months from YouTube videos. Now I will watch your live, ma'am. Please help me with some money. I have no money. No, I cannot help you with any money. You're at the wrong place. I can help you with information, and but everything is free here, and we're building a community with free access of information, but money, that will not be the case here. But are you learning ICT for free? That's funny. Yeah. When you have no money, you cannot start. You have to find a job first, save some money, and then you start spending money on this. And everyone has to start like that. So, and what makes you think that I have money to share? Well, anyway, but now, hey, listen, guys. So now looking more into it, I'm like, okay. So this 0.66 is more significant now than this daily wick candle, right? Because now what I notice is that this 0.66 and 0.33, I have to actually change this, and it's the same. I don't want to confuse you guys. Let me just make it the same. Everything is open for improvement. So this 0.33 of the daily wick, Rahul, I'm going to block you. Yeah, I don't want to do that, but ask me one more time, and you'll be blocked, and you'll be deported to somewhere outside this community, and you'll be sorry because the community is a nice one. I give you one warning. Um, You see the 0.33 of the daily wicks, the same as the 0.33 of the fair value gap, right? So that's interesting. Yeah. It's free speech here, but I have not had these issues anytime soon, but we'll see how it goes. I don't want to block anyone, but if people are going to, hey, you should be ashamed of yourself begging for money from a woman. That's one thing I want to say, and I don't think it looks very manly to go into a chat and beg for money. I don't want to really insult you, but be a man, please. But that's all I want to say about it. No, I am not. I sent to the El Salvador prison. Yeah, I'm gonna deport you to Narnia land or something. But no, I think people like that they bugger off very quickly. Anyway, Krabi, I was out already because I actually have to leave, so I wasn't in, and I had my trade on my evaluation, so I'm okay. But I just wanted to go over. For me, it was important that you were in when you said, "Hey, I am in. I see a retracement," and I think what takeaway for you is when you see a 1/3 level being hit, but in this case, when you see a displacement here and you see this candle here, this exactly, we were still in a macro. This was the retest of this evaluation. That was your short, right? And that was a perfect short to enter, even though you missed this move. So I took it somewhere from here just into this 1/3 level. And then I was like, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen. I need to go actually. But then this was a perfect 4 o'clock into this displacement candle in a macro, and then in this example you could take it down to the 0.5 and even to the 0.6, the other 1/3 level of this fair value gap, the daily fair value gap. There's also a 4 hour, but if you have a daily one, it's better to grade the higher time frame one. But then again, I still have this level here, so I'm just sort of like wondering how it will respond at this level, because this a 1/3 level of a wick as well. But I guess this one is now more important, the fair value gap. So I guess that's maybe the lesson of today. Also for me, when we get into a fair value gap, it's better to not use the wicks, but use the fair value gaps. And when we don't have a fair value gap, then the wicks are maybe of more significance. So that's something that I took away from this session. But hey, I'm looking forward to the session later on. I think there's enough to. I like the movement. And Krabi, yeah. So I hope that helps a little bit to use those 1/3 levels. And like I said, my takeaway from this session is once we get into a fair value gap, you don't use the wicks, but you use the fair value gap. And this is, by the way, a 4-hour that I'm looking, but the fair value gap is the daily that I'm using here. It's this one. You see? This is the fair value gap. I believe there's one on the 4-hour as well, but as you can see, let me just double check. No, okay, no. So you see the daily, and this wick is going through it, but I guess now that's new for me as well. How can I help with the Discord? Oh, Eugene, I love that. I would love that. I would love your help. Yeah, we need to hook up then because I need your help to set it up so we can get it up and running as soon as possible. I appreciate that, Eugene. That is so thoughtful. Send me an email to. And then I'll get back to you. Okay, guys, I need to. There is news at London news, but I don't think it's much. It's very significant. But I need to do run some errands, and then obviously I'll be back. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, everyone. I mean, I'm so humbled by all the support. I crossed the 100 mark this weekend. It was Sunday, and I'm looking right now, and it's let me see how much 175. So that's 75 plus just since the weekend. That's really crazy. So that's why I'm speeding up the Discord so we can collaborate a little bit better and really share information outside the YouTube channel and really start building this community, because I really think that's the way forward, to really have a valid community where we really can make a difference. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And Eugene, we'll be in touch. I appreciate that as well. And I'll see you later today. And obviously, the Discord will be as soon as possible. But give me some time because I want to have it safe enough that we have a safe space and properly populated. So anyway, thank you so much again, and I'll talk to you later. Well, we're going to have a good day today, I think.